Today, we delve deep into a topic that has long been discussed but remains shrouded in mystery. How much wealth did the British really steal from India? The numbers are staggering, and the impact is profound. An astronomical figure is circulating worldwide. Yes, the British looted a lump sum amount of $45 trillion. The person behind this claim has been spreading it globally, including at Oxford University, Cambridge University, and many other respected gatherings. But how accurate is this colossal figure of $45 trillion? Let's fact check. To start our journey, let's explore how the figure of $45 trillion was arrived at. In 1608, English explorer William Hawkins set foot in the Mughal Empire, led by the incredibly wealthy Emperor Jahangir. However, it's important to note that it was the Mughal Empire, not the entire India we know today. The empire included many parts that extend beyond present-day India, excluding southern regions like Kerala and Tamil Nadu. In 1947, when the British left India, even then the richest man on this planet was in India. Yes, Mir Osman Ali Khan, the Nizam of Hyderabad, held the title of the world's richest man, but the question is, did the masses benefited from the amazed wealth in their treasury? The East India Company, a key player in India's colonization, was dissolved in 1857 by the British Parliament, having gone bankrupt before that during the First War of Indian Independence. However, some WhatsApp University claims that an Indian businessman recently acquired the company. Delving deeper into history, we cannot ignore the impact of British rule. While some argue that they brought infrastructure, education, and social changes, the question remains, at what cost? The bridges and roads are evident, but what about the invisible toll on India's wealth and prosperity? Forget the 190 years of British rule, let's focus on the critical year 1946. What were the exchange rates between the Indian rupee, British pound, and American dollar? With 586 princely states in India at the time, did every transaction find its way into historical records? The complexity of calculating this vast sum is mind-boggling. It's worth noting that some kings of the princely states also heavily benefited from the British, and a very few of them genuinely wanted the British to leave India. Did the last viceroy, Mountbatten, hand over accounts detailing the wealth drained from their first day to 1947 from India to Nehru? Or did the true value of this vast sum vanish into thin air, leaving us only to imagine the extent of the wealth depletion? The proponent of this $45 trillion claim argues that beyond the economic impact, British rule allegedly led to a decline in life expectancy and literacy rates. He asserts that in 1700, 70% of Indians were literate and enjoyed longer lifespans and prosperity. However, how did this change over the years? Speaking truthfully, the average life expectancy of the world in 1700 was 36. What role did British colonialism play in altering these vital statistics? He confidently states that in 1700, India accounted for 27% of the world's GDP, shrinking to 23% by 1800. Gross domestic product, GDP, is the total monetary or market value of all finished goods and services produced within a country's borders in a specific time period. As a broad measure of overall domestic production, it functions as a comprehensive scorecard of a given country's economic health. This concept began to be widely accepted in 1944, and even then, there was no India as we see in the political map today. Many countries were formed or gained freedom only after 1944, and many empires were also ruined. Thus, these claims are blatant lies. My intention is to point out the way politicians and the media use statistics to foster hatred. I still believe that the British came for colonization and did a lot of damage to us. However, we also benefited from them in terms of infrastructure, the English language, and the dissemination of ideas of humanity.